Здрасте. I want to appeal to esotericists about joint forces and finding a way out of the mess in which we find ourselves. My experience of life in Russia and feeling of this country at the energy level may be useful, and your experience can help me in understanding our existence. In our world, we are guided at this moment by 6 sense organs. These are eyes, ears, tongue, nose, skin, sense of balance. And sounds play a huge role in our perception of the world. I would call this world a sound universe. We can't see the sounds. To see them, we take a magic converter and transform the sounds into letters, words. Sounds is vibration, and accordingly each letter and word has its own vibrations and designation. In the ancient Russians, they called the Slavs, had their own ABC, in which a letter is not only a designation of a sound, but also a designation of some universal truths. For example, the letter H, which in English corresponds to H, means world balance, harmony. And by the way, Russians start with this letter the name of Jesus Christ, Christos. And now about the sensual organs. I am about the tongue. Using tongue, we make sounds. Also in Russia, there was a religion before the arrival of Christianity. In Russia, this religion is called after the organ which is in our mouth, tongue. Язык, язычество, so called in Russia. In English, this religion is called Paganism. Paganism believe in spirits, in the forces of nature, in magic, and many occult groups, including the Masons, understand perfectly well what a huge role words play in our lives. A word can kill, or it can bring us back to life. Just imagine a person comes up to you and hits you on the shoulder with a stick. Hurt? Yes. Insulting words act like a stick, just not on your body, but on your psyche. This is precisely our subtle, invisible world. And it was from the Masons that it came to read the word backwards or rearrange the letters a little in order to find the true meaning of the words. There are many universal concepts in our universe, but it seems to me that such a concept as a truth is directly related to Russia. Still, I would like to know the opinion of people on the other side of the globe. Please share your opinion. What do we know about Russia? Personally, having lived in the capital of Russia, in Moscow for 20 years, I can say that it's damn cold here, northern country. I wonder if any of the listeners know what the word that means the north of Russia sounds like, where Siberia is located, and what does the symbol of Russia, the bear, have to do with it? Sever. This is something from Latin alphabet. Bear, similar to bear. Bear. Sever. Is that true that in English, yeah is pronounced like E? For example, We pronounce the word we as we. Now take a closer look at the Russian word Sever and Sibir. Sibir is Siberia in English. To make it clearer to you, Russian S is in English S. Russian Ye is in English E. Russian V is in English P. And Russian R is in English R. So, with the help of the British, the word Sever with bear turned into the word Sibir, Siberia in English. Okay, let our little bear sleep for now. I hope the Chinese panda with his maps of Siberia in Chinese will not bother him too much. But I am still interested in the question of what connects the British and Siberia. What kind of anchors, chains, ropes are there? Bond. Oh, by the way, about Bond, James Bond. From Russia with love. Do you know what I hear? Lova, lova, lova. Slova. S with love. Slova. Slova is a word in English. Well, the longer you go into the forest, then... by the way, did you know that there are only 2 types of trees on our planet? Can you name it? These are deciduous and coniferous. And Russians are often called by the name of a certain coniferous tree, cedar trees. I don't know if Russians are called that in other countries, but in Russia and in the neighboring countries, the name is popular. And again, among conifers, there are only 2 types of trees that can cause you pain. These are pine and spruce. They have prickly needles. And the spruce is a symbol of a new god, New Year. God is called the year in Russian. I also know and remember the name of one god who is very close and dear to me. The name is Hveya. And if you play with letters like the Masons do, then Yahweh will succeed. Hveya is Hveya. This is the designation of coniferous trees. Well, to finally finish you off, there are 2 main words in the Russian language. This is da, which means yes, and нет, which means in English no. But if you read it backwards, you get da, at, which in Russian it means hell. Ad is hell. And net, which means no. If you read it backwards, it's ten. Ten, it's shadow in Russian. Well, the deeper you go into the forest, the scarier it is. And 1,000 years ago, the capital of Russia was not Moscow, but Kiev. And the main words in Ukraine that denote agreement and disagreement have nothing to do with either hell or the shadow. These are the words da, which means yes, and ni, which means no. Does anyone have an idea what this glowing green dot is? I have never seen her in my videos before. And then, In the evening, I saw this point on my TV screen.